location that I need to take a measurement from is on his tricep. So I'm going to locate his olecranon process. In order to do that, I have to physically touch his arm and follow it all the way down to where the drop off is. You're going to have to stand behind him, so posterior. Once you find that divot, you're going to place the top of the tape into that divot. You're going to ask your client to bend their arm, flex their arm, their elbow joint to 90 degrees, and you're going to take a measurement straight down the posterior aspect of the humerus down to the olecranon process. We have a measurement of 14.5. Half of 14.5 is going to be 7.25. So we're going to take our measurement from the bottom from the olecranon process up the humerus, and we're going to mark 7.25. We're going to make sure that we're on the posterior aspect, and once we have that, we're good to go. We want to make sure we measure from the bottom up because his elbow is never going to change the measurement. However, if we measure from the top down, we have a higher likelihood that we're going to be off in our original location, and now this can raise or lower where our actual pinch is going to take place. So to minimize error and to help with repeatability, we want to measure from a more stable landmark up. I'm going to take a pinch above the actual mark. I'm going to put my calipers on so that it's midway between the pinch. Wait 2 seconds, 1001, 1002. We're going to take our measurement at 5 millimeters, undo the caliper, let go, and let him relax. Our next location is going to be the iliac. So your client's hand may get in the way, so you can ask them to place it on their shoulder so it's out of your way. You can ask them to move it back out of the way. Whatever works best for you. For me, I find it easier if I ask them to move their hand out of the way and it just stays away from me and I can get in there easier. One thing you need to do though is you have to make sure that you recognize where the anterior aspect of the axillary is, so the front of the armpit. You need to follow that straight down to where the iliac's going to meet. Once you have his hand out of the way, again, you know where that point's going to be. You find his iliac where your thumb goes in, and right where it goes in, you'll see that a nice fold occurs on its own. It's going to be a diagonal fold. Once I have that, I'm going to rotate my hand so it grabs this fold on an angle. It's going to be an aggressive pinch. It's going to be a large pinch. I want to make sure that my calipers, again, go midway between the crest. I'm going to wait 1001, 1002, and we're going to take the measurement of 30 millimeters. We want to be sure that we are not too far forward with our pinch because it will interfere with our abdomen pinch. We want to make sure that we're not too far behind or we won't get an accurate pinch. So again, anterior aspect of the axillary, I find where that fold occurs on its own. I rotate my hand around, and I take a diagonal pinch, place the calipers. The last location that we need to take a measurement on is the anterior aspect of the femur, or the thigh pinch. First, we need to locate his greater trochanter. So you can use one of your tricks in one of your other assessments. However, I like to physically locate it on my own so that I know I'm as accurate as possible. You're going to have to actually get down on a knee in order to do this. Once you locate the greater trochanter, press on it. You should feel a pretty hard little spot on the side of his leg. Once you have that, you're going to put your tape on that location, pull it across his leg, and you want to take a measurement from the top of the knee joint. Last one I'm going to do is your thigh. So I'm going to ask you to take your right heel, place it on top of your left foot, and just relax. If you need me for balance, use this hand and just put it right on top of my shoulder as I take this pinch. This is going to be probably the most aggressive pinch, okay?
All right.
So don't squeal too loud.